We hear that word everywhere. Companies love to plaster it across their websites. Politicians sprinkle it into speeches, and tech conferences throw it into panel titles like confetti. But here's the thing. Behind the buzzword, there's a messy, uncomfortable reality that rarely makes it into the spotlight. And honestly, that's what I want to unpack with you today. The ethics of AI. The stuff they don't really tell you. Section 1. The polished surface versus the messy core. When you read headlines about AI ethics, the focus usually lands on familiar topics: bias, transparency, accountability. Those are important, sure, but they're also the PR-friendly topics, the ones everyone expects to see in a glossy report. What gets brushed aside are the gritty details, the things that don't sound as nice in a press release, like the workers in developing countries who are labeling toxic content day in and day out to train the very systems we romanticize as automated intelligence, or the way companies build ethics boards that dissolve the moment someone actually tries to challenge a profitable decision. It's a bit like looking at a beautifully decorated cake, perfect icing, sharp edges, Instagram ready. But cut inside and you might find it's half raw, or maybe just stacked with filler. Section 2. Who gets to decide what's ethical? Now, let's take a step back. Ethics sounds objective, right? Like there's a single rule book we can all agree on. But that's not really how it works. Who decides what's fair, what's just, what's ethical? Governments? Corporations? International bodies? Spoiler alert, each comes with their own baggage. Take facial recognition, for example. In some countries, it's marketed as a tool for safety, catching criminals, locating missing persons. In others, it's used for mass surveillance, suppressing dissent and controlling populations. The same technology, completely different ethical lens. So when a company says, "Our AI follows strict ethical guidelines," my first question is, whose guidelines? Fairness for whom? Safety for whom? Section 3. The hidden human behind the machine. Let's strip away the myth for a second. AI isn't as clean, futuristic, or self-sufficient as it's sold to be. Behind the curtain are thousands, sometimes tens of thousands, of underpaid workers tagging images, categorizing voices, filtering disturbing content so you never have to see it. A lot of these workers are based in places like Kenya, the Philippines, or India, earning a few dollars a day. So when we say AI is automated, that's only half the truth. It's automated on the backs of invisible human labor. It reminds me of those early industrial factories where machines were glorified, but the actual workers lived in harsh, often unsafe conditions. AI is different in scale, but not entirely in spirit. Section 4. Data, privacy, and that sneaky contract you never read. Let me throw something at you. How many terms and conditions have you actually read before clicking accept? If you're like most people, including me, probably close to zero. That's exactly how most of us consent to our data being used in AI systems. Every like, every location ping, every voice command, sucked into training models. And we don't even realize how much of our lives we've already handed over. It's a bit like signing a contract that's 100 pages long, written in another language, and then being told, well, you agreed. Technically true, but ethically, pretty shaky. Section 5, AI and the concentration of power. Here's something that doesn't get enough airtime. AI is marketed as this democratic force, tools for everyone, available to all. And yes, you and I can access ChatGPT or Midjourney. But the real power sits with a handful of tech giants who have the compute resources, the data, and the influence to shape policy. In practice, AI can actually concentrate power instead of spreading it. Imagine a handful of corporations setting the rules of engagement for billions of people worldwide. That's not science fiction, that's the direction we're already heading. So the contradiction is clear. AI feels open and accessible, but under the hood, it's the most centralized force we've seen in decades. Section 6. Bias isn't a bug. It's a mirror. People often talk about bias in AI like it's some glitch we just need to patch out. But bias isn't a bug, it's a mirror. These models learn from us, from our language, our stories, our data trails. And let's be honest, human culture is packed with biases. Historical ones, cultural ones, personal ones. So when an AI spits out something biased, it's not necessarily malfunctioning. It's reflecting back the world as it's been fed to it. And that opens up an ethical paradox. Do we fix the bias, or do we confront what it reveals about us? Think of it like holding up a mirror first thing in the morning. You may not like what you see, but ignoring it doesn't make it disappear. Section 7. Responsibility. Who takes the blame? Now let's talk accountability. If an AI system makes a mistake, say a self-driving car crashes, or a hiring algorithm discriminates, who's responsible? Is it the developers who coded it? The company that deployed it? The regulator that approved it? Or the AI itself, which of course can't really take responsibility? This gray zone is exactly what makes AI ethics more than just a philosophical debate. It has real-world consequences. People's lives, jobs, reputations are on the line. There's a reason lawyers are salivating at the thought of AI lawsuits. The question of accountability is about to become one of the defining issues of our era. Section 8, the future ethics. Nobody wants to touch. And then there's the future-facing stuff. The uncomfortable, slightly sci-fi sounding conversations that most policymakers would rather avoid. Like, should advanced AI systems that seem to demonstrate awareness have rights? What about the environmental cost of massive AI training runs? Or the possibility of AI being weaponized in ways we can't even predict? These aren't abstract worries. They're the kind of issues that sneak up on us while we're busy arguing over smaller ones. It's like patching a leaky faucet while ignoring that the foundation of the house is cracking. Conversation we can't skip. So here's the bottom line. AI ethics isn't just about algorithms or guidelines, it's about us, our values, our blind spots, our willingness to question the shiny narratives being sold to us. We can't afford to treat it as an afterthought or a PR slogan, because whether we like it or not, AI isn't just shaping the future, it's shaping us right now. And that's where I want to leave you with a question. When you think about AI being ethical, what do you actually picture? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because this isn't a conversation we can leave to the experts or the corporations. It's something we all need a voice in,